Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a very interesting disc of music by Bizet. Well, it's two-thirds interesting, let's put it that way. I reviewed it originally on ClassicsToday.com as an insider subscriber release, and if you want to go hear some sound samples to see how much fun it is, well, then I would recommend that you go over there if you're a subscriber and read that review and listen to the samples. But otherwise, I want to tell you about it anyway because it's a fun disc. And if you don't feel like doing that, you don't have to, of course. It consists of the Symphony in C, Jeux d'Enfants, and the Chromatic Variations. Now, these are all well enough known, aren't they? But here's the kicker. The Jeux d'Enfants, children's games, usually exists in a 5-movement suite for orchestra. Bizet orchestrated 5 movements. Actually, he did 6, but he didn't include all of them in the suite. One of them, the Hobby Horse, I think, is the one that he also orchestrated that you don't find in the suite. The Les Chevaux de Bois. There we go. Hobby horses, actually. Yes, there's more than one. So anyway, but the actual work contains 12 movements? Yes, 12 movements. And originally for piano 4 hands. And they've all been orchestrated for ballet purposes by Bizet, of course, Hershey Kay, and Roy Douglas. Redoubtable Roy Douglas, particularly Hershey Kay. Hershey Kay, of course, did Gottschalk arrangements. Roy Douglas did Chopin's Les Sylphides, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, these guys know what they're doing when it comes to their orchestrations. Now, the new bits that they've done don't really sound anything like what Bizet would have done. I mean, not really, but that doesn't matter, does it? Because it's just fun. It's great to have the complete work orchestrated. So here it is. And we have, it's performed by the San Francisco Ballet Orchestra under Martin West. Even more interesting, in certain respects anyway, is Felix Weingartner's arrangement of the Chromatic Variations of 1868, one of the great masterpieces of 19th century French piano music, and a strange piece of music. Really kind of like Bach's Chromatic Fantasy and Fugue. I mean, chromatic music is strange, right? Because the harmonic relations are all unexpected and full of all kinds of highways and byways. So it's a wonderful work. And Weingartner's orchestration is quite cool. I mean, he makes it sound quite dark and creepy and delightful. And they're good performances, these two. They really are. So this is worth getting for Bizet completists, I think. And who isn't a Bizet completist? I mean, he didn't write enough music, did he? I mean, not even close to enough music. Unfortunately, the program is led off by a singularly droopy and uninteresting performance of the Symphony in C. Now, it actually belongs here in a sense because Weingartner was the guy who rediscovered the Symphony in C and gave it its nominal modern premiere. I think it was like in the 1920s or something like that. I mean, it was kind of amazing. Nobody knew this thing existed. But Weingartner dug it up and played it, and it's been in the repertoire ever since. So it makes sense to have, since we have Weingartner's arrangement of the Chromatic Variations, that we would have his version of we would have not his version, but we would have the Symphony in C. Unfortunately, this is a trudgy, droopy, uninteresting performance of the Symphony in C. And even had it not been, there are great performances of the Symphony in C by all kinds of famous people. I mean, Beecham and Stokowski and Haitink with the Concertgebouw, which is glorious. And, Martinon did a great one. There's no shortage of those. So if you get this, you're not getting it for the Symphony in C, which is kind of a snoozeroo. The other two performances are really considerably better, either because there's no competition, so we don't have to judge it quite as harshly, or because West is more interested in presenting the lesser-known repertoire, and who can blame him? Last, but certainly not least, the sonics are fabulous. This is a reference recording. It's just wonderful. It's recorded originally, 2013 is when this sucker was released. And I'm so happy they did it. It's a Professor Johnson 24-bit HD CD recording. Yeah, really, pant, drool. No, it's really very, very fine sonically. So this is a wonderful collector's item. And as I said, if you want to hear some samples and you're a classicstoday.com subscriber, just look up the conductor in the search box. His name is Martin West. And just look up West Martin. His name will pop up. Go there, and you can read that review and listen to the samples, which I think will add a certain added dimension. Will add a certain added dimension. Oh, God, that sounded bad. Will add a certain dimension to the experience, should you feel so inclined. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.